We're gonna go on a journey now. Let's get it.
Where'd that come from?
Okay. Pull up a little. All right. So, the earliest instance of a reference to counting one's blessings that we could find is from Harriet Martineau, and it's from The Tale of Time. That's in 1833, so it's a while back, and it appears in a part of a comparison where it says, "In 10 minutes more, Mr. Servant left her, fully convinced that it would be much easier to count her troubles than her blessings, and that Providence has a wise and kind purpose in all that it inflicts." That's the city that they were in the book. "And that the best welcome she could offer her husband on his return would be the sight of what she had done in his absence for his sake." So, like, lining it up as he's gone, Providence in this story is like this place that like has some things going for it, but not a lot of things going for it. And in the 1800s, like whatever your husband was on, that's what you was on. And so you can't wallow.
That's what I'm talking about. No, I'm just kidding. It's always that one guy. It's always that one guy. Yeah, bro. Hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. We both cleaning chimneys. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, right.
Like you better. The best thing you can do is find what you like about your situation so you can make sure this house good when your husband come back. That's basically what he was saying. That's what the excerpt says. So where Contra Blessings kind of comes from. So a Tale of Time by Harriet. Huh?
Hell no, wait. Okay, finish Mario.
This is why it's important because I had to connect that. The very first time it was written, not the sentiment, but the very first time it was written in English with these words comes from a story of a man telling a woman in Providence, and Providence is going through its little shit in the town, and her husband gone, that you could probably count your troubles all day, but you won't get nothing done. You might as well count your blessings and make sure that you could offer your husband something on a return when he comes back, for his sake. For his sake. It's the origin. Okay, so A Tale of Time by Harriet Martineau is a novel set in the early 19th century during the Industrial Revolution. So it's kind of similar to what we're going through now, right? Like we have to figure this out. It's like a tech revolution, and we feeling the ill effects of it and some of the benefits. And the story revolves around the lives of working class families in Newcastle in England. And they're known for their coal mining and industry at the time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So any thoughts before I keep going?
Oh, this is definitely turning more on a negative type of vibe. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is definitely it's hitting on the opposite side of all cylinders. Actually, how about that? Like it's hitting on all cylinders, but it's definitely on the opposite side of the cylinder that I thought it was.
Yeah, the Australian toilet going the other way, flush the other way.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it's doing right now.
Yeah, for sure.
That's exactly what it's doing.
All right, let me keep it going.
Steering wheels on the opposite
on the right side. We driving on the right side of the road. Goddamn. The novel portrays the social and economic conditions of the era, focusing on struggles and hardships faced by the people that live along the River Tyne, and it delves into the impact of industrialization on communities, highlighting issues such as poverty, labor conditions, and the effects of rapid urbanization. Now, if this don't sound familiar to y'all, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's during a time when it's hard for most people. Most people are in poverty. Labor is tough, hard to find a job, and things are quickly changing in your communities. So the author of this, Harriet Martineau, she was a socialist and a writer, and she used her work to explore themes of social justice and inequality. And A Tale of the Time, where this comes from, reflects her concerns about the plight of the working class and serves as a critique of the industrial society of her time. It provides insights into the human cost of industrial progress, the human cost, and the resilience of communities amidst challenging circumstances like these. I want to note, though, that Martineau would eventually consider herself an atheist over time. Eventually, she became an atheist. So, tossing this question up to y'all. So, Martineau seemed to have lost her, contra blessings attitude. She wrote this during the time where, you know what I'm saying? And then she expressed it in her novel as she walked down the path to eventual atheism. And so have y'all, we'll start with you, Dr. Shay, have you experienced a moment where you grew tired of counting your blessings? And like, what happened in that scenario?
Mario, I'll be honest, and
This is my authentic answer, okay?
Yep. Please.
And I think a lot of this is really just based on what is ingrained in me. I've had moments throughout like my life experience and where I I'm struggling. Like I have moments like, and so I just want to share this. Like there are stats that's out there that pretty much says that like most of us, I think it's like 1 out of every 2 people will experience some type of depressive related episode at some point in their life experience.
Mm-hmm.
It's like half the people. I think the numbers are much higher. Right. So what that means is like people, all of us are going to experience at some point, probably experience like forms of depression or something that happens, and
Yep.
we're trying to navigate or get like, we're like psychologically distressed.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
For me, I think that there's a lot of times where I saw my, and this is just an example, but my dad passed in 2017.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a sudden death, like, he wasn't sick, he wasn't ill or whatever. And then like the next month I started my PhD program and I just kind of kept going. You know, I think that there is moments in my life where I feel I have had this experience where I want to feel like I want to feel grief or I want to feel down because I feel like that's appropriate, but I don't allow myself to do that
Mm.
because it's so ingrained in me
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
count my blessings. I'm serious,
Yep.
and
Yep.
so now this is like resonating with me like, that is something that has like I've been, because you constantly hear I grew up in a Black Baptist church, right? I was a kid that was at church every Sunday and then was at Sunday school before church every Sunday, so there's like messages that you get, but like subtle messages, right?
Yep.
But now I'm sitting here thinking like it almost doesn't allow you. I see the benefits of it because there's a resiliency and a strength that I gain from it. But I'm
Yeah.
also sitting here like, but have I been as a psychologist also invalidating some of my own personal experiences because I've been taught to count my blessings.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, now I gotta see.
There we go. Yep. Yep. There we go. 20. You got one?
I feel like
Thank you,
I feel
Dr.
like yeah, I got it's what reminds me more of it is like, say, you got full tank of gas, bills are paid, food is in the fridge, all this good stuff, man. Then you open up your wallet and you're like, man, I got like $40 to $100 to my name right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, yeah, you have a minimum amount of money to yourself, but everything else is taken care of.
Yeah.
Like it's that I won't say a meme, but it's like that quote, like, yeah, you have all that. You're not broke, you're responsible. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
sometimes when you get in that situation where it's like, man, I got everything done, I got this, that, always done, but it's like, man, I want to go and do something, but I don't got it to do it. And it's just like you dwell on what you don't have to do it, even though everything else in your life is situated.
Yeah.
And it's like that's one of those moments where I feel like, yeah, count your blessings, yeah, but it's like, damn, I don't have anything for myself. So it's like it's hard to sit there and count your blessings, but yet you want to focus on things for yourself.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Yeah.
Mario, something I just was thinking. This is what I'm thinking about though. I'm sitting here going back and forth. I feel like I'm standing on a fence and I'm trying to determine like, is it good? Is it bad? Is
Yeah.
it good?
Yeah.
Because I think a positive side of it is like I get the part of like the part of the origin where it's like, well, it's really not effective to count your troubles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you really, like, what is the outcome or what is birthed out of counting your troubles?
Right.
It's like, well, one is that I'm probably wasting time that if I'm in that situation, time that I really don't have because so I'm wasting time unless I'm trying to be solution focused about it. Right. Mm-hmm. But in most cases, when I'm counting troubles or if I am that person, I'm probably not trying to find a solution. I'm just, excuse my language, but I'm like sitting in the shit,
Yeah.
So I'm not really being effective, not for like anybody else per se, but literally just for myself.
Right.
Like I'm not, so the idea is like, well, it's more beneficial to count you know, the things that are going well as opposed to things that's not going well, because in real time, like, what does that actually do?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. And that's, I come from that school. That's actually like,
Okay.
I resonate. It resonates
I
with
need
me.
to know where y'all coming from so I can land on y'all.
Yeah, I'm coming. Like it resonates what you expressed about your experience about the not letting. My not letting usually came from, well, it's not gonna get the job done. And like when I'm coping, I've learned before I could name it, is like getting the job done is a part of my coping. Like if it's something that like I'm like, well, I need the outcome to. I'm not gonna not have the thing and feel like this. Like I don't think that way, but like I think it's so subconscious. I'm like, okay, go find now it's solution time. Now it's solution time because, and I agree with you. Sitting in it is the thing. Like on a lighter level, my experiences with this are all sports related for the most part. From the resiliency to like, I don't want to count my blessings of how close I got to being an NFL star. Like I don't want to, I want the money from it. I want the lifestyle from it. I want to take care of my people from it. I don't care that you think it's cool about how close I got. Like there's that, and there's the actual in the sport thing where you're like, to the point you were making, Dr. Shay, like if I think these sprints are stupid, or I know that they're going to be hard, how much does it serve me to spend any time acknowledging that they're hard? Am I going to not sprint or am I going to sprint? And I've had times in my college career, I don't know, you wasn't there, Dub. We were doing morning workouts, bro. We had 6 a.m. And this is when Milo was here. You might have been here, actually. You might have been there. And OB, God rest his soul, man. He was getting it around them laps. And like I was considered a leader at the time. And so I'm like pacing in the front of the group, but I'm not like stunting on the group. But I'm fast, but I ain't got, like I'm faster than most people's fast, but I ain't like no long distance type of guy. So I'm like, I'm just trying to get through this 6 o'clock, get to my class, fake that, whatever. And he's hitting it. I'm like, what the? So I said, hey, man. Hey, what you training for Athens? you training for Athens, bro? And he was like, nah, bro. Like he was a senior going into his senior. He was like, nah, bro. It's like it's time to grow up. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to count that it was that time. It was our turn to be the lead. I didn't feel like it at that time. I wanted to be. Yeah. It's 6 o'clock. I'm in the front. Like that's all I needed to do. You feel what I'm saying? So.
Yeah.
Yo, you know what the crazy, not to even digress about this guy, but the crazy thing about OB is like he was one of those people that let you live, but when it was time to like evolve, he was the last person that you would think evolved. So when he put that on you, like when he put that like experience, that like realness on you, you had to like sit back and be like, yeah. Bro, what you're saying is 100% what you say right now, but you said it. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like you said it, bro. Like you really put me on game right now. Like it's you the one. Like I had no idea.
You really got to receive it.
Exactly.
Don't understand. The crazy thing about it is like that was who he was.
That's
like,
really who he was, right?
It wasn't a game. It wasn't a facade. It wasn't fake. Like Mario said, like he would be the last person you would think to remind you, like, yo, bro, it's our turn now.
Yeah.
But yet he's the person that's reminding you,
yes,
yo, it's our turn now.
Yes.
It's our turn now. Like it's just a remarkable person.
Yeah.
For whatever time at that time you needed him to be that person, he was always that person. He was
always 100% from the field.
And whatever person you needed for that moment. If it's somebody that like gave you like I don't care attitude, and that's what you needed at that moment, he was that person. If it was that person that gave you like it's gonna be okay, he was that person. If he was that person like, yo, it's time to stop fucking around, let's get it done, he was that person. It was just like, damn, bro, you wear so many hats. You wear more hats than Mario. How about that?
That's a lot of hats.
That's a lot of
hats. He wore more. He was more hats than Mario. And man, he's truly missed. As a not just a friend, but as a person, a good human, a good human on this earth.
Damn, thank you for that. Shout out to Mama OB.